3 tips for violin auditions. Number 1, practice performing your audition repertoire with very minimal warm-up. On the day of your audition, you may only get a very short chance to warm up in a warm-up room before being taken to the audition room. If you practice your audition material at home with a big long half an hour warm-up playing scales and etudes and then playing your program, this may not relate to your experience on the actual day of the audition, where you may only have 4 or 5 minutes to get the instrument out of the case, warm up your fingers, warm up the bow, and potentially have a run through with a pianist. So at home, practice your audition repertoire with just a very short warm-up, 3, 4, maybe 5 minutes of scales to warm up both hands, and that should closely recreate your experience on your audition day. Tip number 2, don't change your violin strings too close to your audition. Sometimes if you change strings too close to your audition and they feel a bit different underneath the bow and the fingers, it can be a little bit off-putting when you're in the heat of the moment. You want your instrument to feel really comfortable and everything to feel really secure under the fingers and the bow. Personally, I like to change strings at least 2 weeks before an audition. This makes sure that you have maximum sound and tone quality from the instrument, but that the instrument has had time to settle in with the new strings and it feels really comfortable under the bow and the fingers. Tip number 3, don't be scared to tell the accompanist to slow down. If you have a piano accompanist for a violin audition and you have a short run through before you go into the audition room as a warm-up, don't be afraid to tell the pianist, please could we take that a bit slower. Sometimes the pianist may have played that piece hundreds of times with different violinists and even tens of times that day with different violinists. So their tempo range may be very wide depending on how they played it with the previous person. Now let's say you're playing a Mozart concerto and your tempo is a bit more moderato than allegro. If you're starting to run through with a pianist and they take the tempo too quickly for how you feel comfortable, then make sure to really politely communicate that and say, I'm really sorry, I'd actually prefer if we take it a little bit slower just because that's how I feel comfortable. Remember, it's your audition, not their audition. They're there to help you and to support you with accompaniment, but it's your audition. So don't be afraid to politely request, please, can we take this a bit slower? Or if it's too slow, please, can we take it a bit quicker? They would much rather you be honest than have a really confident and comfortable audition.